As a parent, it's hard to tell your children what to do, what to like and what not to do, sometimes especially when it involves Brussels sprouts.
But when it comes to the role models our kids choose, how much say should parents have on the matter? Well, joining us now is John Cowan, creative producer of The Parenting Place. John, thanks for coming in. Even in structures where you've got a couple of parents who are very hands-on, role models for the children beyond the parents are still important in their upbringing?
It'll happen anyway. Children learn by watching and copying, and if they see someone that they like their music, they like their performance on the sports field, they'll want to be like that person. They'll respect them, and celebrities especially have an incredible impact on their fans. If that wasn't the case, promoters and advertisers wouldn't spend millions of dollars to put those products in those celebrities' hands. And so, yes, they do have a powerful impact on kids.
So should parents freak out if their kids choose role models who behave badly off the field or off the stage?
We need to help our kids become a bit more discerning about who they select as role models. You can ask sort of questions like, do you choose that person as a role model because they look good and sing well, or because they're a good person and a kind person? But the thing is, if you start to criticise the actual role model that they've selected, you're going to put them into a crisis of loyalty. They're very loyal to this person that they want to copy, and so you might lose that debate between yourself and that person. So
you mean they might choose the role model over the parent?
That's right. So I think that you should address the behaviours rather than the person themselves. You can talk about smoking, for instance, rather than attacking the role model that smokes, or drug behaviour. But credit our kids with some intelligence. They can actually work out that some of these things aren't right, and they'll select certain aspects of a role model that they like. I was talking to someone who really liked Marilyn Monroe, but liked the glamour and the ability and the talent, but realised there was lifestyle things that they didn't respect. So they can be intelligent.
Now, if you've got a situation where maybe a parent sees your son or daughter interacting with a role model and forming a very strong relationship, can that sometimes create jealousies, and how should a parent try and deal with that?
Parents can get very jealous. There'll be times when your child will relate better to some other adult than they do to you. And
it may be somebody who's a close friend of yours, like an uncle of the child or a teacher at the school.
Right, it could be a sports coach and or their girlfriend's mother or something like that. And the best thing you can do is to actually, if that other person is a good person, to be grateful that your child is getting some good input from another adult while you work on repairing your own relationship. The worst thing you can do is probably to criticise that other person, and again you throw this crisis of loyalty onto your children. Do
you think there are any kids that kind of zone in on role models more, perhaps see more of a need in their life for role models?
It can be. There are a number of good mentoring organisations. I think I counted about 16 different organisations that arrange mentors, because some kids really do need mentors. Kids with role models actually perform much better scholastically and on the sports field and in their performance. And so if, say, perhaps there may not be a dad present in the home or something like that, arranging good male role models can really help both boys and girls, and so you don't, that contact doesn't need to be all that extensive or intimate for it still to be useful. Just good teachers, good youth group leaders, good coaches, they can have a huge input into kids' lives and can be very, very valuable.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, John, for coming in. John Cowan from The Parenting Place with some invaluable advice about role models for our kids' lives.